At this point, would it be a coffeeneuring video? Not a good start. I'll hop on rough trail. Oh, it said I pee off. Hi, I'm Beth from Beth Bikes. Welcome to episode 3 of my 2024 Coffeeneuring series, where I'll be riding my third Coffeeneuring Adventure ride. If you've missed the first 3 videos in this series, I'd recommend you go watch those now. Once you're all caught up, you can come back and watch this video. If you've decided not to go back and watch the rules video, then you're gonna be a little bit confused, because drinking coffee, riding bikes, and documenting aren't the only rules of the Coffeeneuring series, but that's kind of the gist of the challenge. Now that we have all of that out of the way, I know what you're all here for. It's the envelopes. But before we get to opening today's envelope, I do want to preface this by saying that I'm riding this in the evening, so I only have about an hour and a half of daylight, and so I have some pre-planned routes, and I'm hoping that the envelope I pull for today will fit into one of those routes with just a small detour. The other thing is, you can probably tell I'm wearing yellow glasses and a little more clothing than the last 2 adventure rides, and that's because it's been raining all day and there's a chance of rain pretty much this whole ride. So I'm trying to stay warm, and especially in the fall time when the roads are wet and there are leaves down, I try to be especially careful. If you want to hear about an accident that I once had on my bike that involved wet leaves, leave a comment down below and I might do all of my bike crashes in one video. I do also have my raincoat in my pocket if it does start raining on me. If you haven't already noticed, the thermos on my bike is full of apple cider, because I'm hoping to do this as a coffeeneuring without walls, so that at any point if I get too cold or too wet, I can bail out at the 2-mile mark. Now it's time for the envelope. Drum roll, please. This one, number 2. Now let's open envelope number 2. Okay, what does envelope number 2 say? Again, I'll show you there. Oh, it says number 2 right there. Okay, so I need to grab a couple of supplies, but here's my dad to tell you about that challenge.
Hi, Beth. It's Dad. Anyone who knows me knows that in addition to coffee and biking, I love to play disc golf. So here's your challenge for today. On today's ride, you need to play at least 1 hole of disc golf. Bonus points if you play more than 1 hole, or if you play more than 1 course. Of course, if you can't find a course or a hole, you can make one up, but I will mock you. Have fun. If
you complete any of the white envelope challenges, this one or any of the ones I've done before this, remember to post on Instagram using the hashtag Coffeeneuring Envelope Challenge and tag me, bethbikes.gravel. I have my backpack on and I think that it is time to start riding. And I do have a fully charged light on the front of my bike if I do get caught in the dark. I know that I have already mentioned slipping on a leaf and crashing my bike, but a big PSA to everyone who is out riding as the leaves get wet, that they do get very, very slippery, so please be careful. That sign said disc golf, that's what we're looking for. The other thing to be careful of when wet is wet gravel. It can be very loose, slide out super easily. I have made it to the disc golf course. Hole number 1 is right over here, and the basket for hole number 9 is right over here, and you throw from up the hill. And I think that's gonna be more fun, so that's what I'm gonna do. Now I've got to hike up the hill because I chose to do hole number 9. I'm gonna be able to see my bike down there all the way up at the top, so I've decided just to leave it at the bottom so I don't have to hike it up and hike it back down. And this view is exactly why I wanted to hike to the top of the hill to do hole number 9 instead of doing hole number 1. Here's the sign. Hole number 9. I'm gonna throw from the front tees, which are a little bit up there. I did in fact bring 3 discs, a driver, a mid-range, and a putter. So let's drive and see how close we can get to this basket. That didn't go so well, but that's okay. Let's go find that. Make sure I have my glove. Yep, it's in my pocket. I think it went into the tall grass back here. Hopefully I can find it quickly. I was trying so hard to keep it in the fairway, and then it just got pushed to the left. And this grass back here is so thick. It's a bright orange disc, so I should be able to see it, but this is not a good start. I was just about to give up, and I don't know if you can see it. There it is. I'm gonna take 1 step out of the reeds and start from here. I'm aiming for right about right there. So much straighter. and it landed in the fairway. There it is. And I don't think you can still see our target. It's got green on the top. Just threw number 3. Let's walk down to it. I don't know if I'm quite in putting range. I have not played a lot of disc golf recently, so I'm definitely out of practice. Here's my disc. There's the hole. I've decided I'm gonna use my mid-range just because it's pink. Throw was there, basket's there. I just set you up on top of the basket. Let's see how this works. Oh, this much high, just this much. It's a tap in. I think that's 6. Either way, I had fun.
All right, Beth, I made it to Preston Park. This is a little 3-basket practice. And you can see 1 basket there. There's 1 up on the hill, and then there's 1 over there. Well, even with the wind, I parked hole 1. Hole 2 didn't go too bad either.
That challenge is technically complete, but if you know anything about me, I definitely like to get bonus points. So I'll show you how I'm gonna get bonus points in just a little bit. The sun goes down in about 35 minutes, and that's probably about all the sunlight I have left because it's cloudy out today. I am probably riding home in the dark tonight. At this point, would it be a Coffeeneuring video if I didn't try to go through someplace where the map shows that it goes through, but it might not actually go through? No, I think it wouldn't be. I'm gonna try again today to go through someplace that the map says goes through. It's labeled as rough trail, which I'm guessing is an ATV trail, but I'm seeing pavement, so we're gonna try the pavement first. The rough trail I think is over there. Oh yeah, right there. Pavement didn't get me all the way through, but I'll hop on rough trail, aka ATV trail here, and pop right out. Ooh, this is steep. Probably should put the GoPro down for this part. I just realized that I haven't started the short for today, so I'm gonna get that started here in just a second. To be honest, I totally forgot to record a short, so I've already started the white envelope challenge. I have about half of it left. I need to pick up the pace if I want to get the rest of the white envelope challenge done before it gets dark. It's usually really sad in the fall when it rains because all of the trees end up losing all of their leaves because of it, but so far the fall colors are still holding on. We'll see if that continues after these next couple of days. You might be wondering why I chose to do a Coffeeneuring ride today when it's cold, the roads are all wet, there's a chance of rain, and that's because it kind of was my best option. I can't ride every day, and then I have to make sure that I get my 2 rides in per week so that I can get these videos out to you guys on time, but also so that when it snows in November, I'm not riding through snow to get one of these challenges done. Speaking of snow, the next 2 days are also supposed to be wet and cold, and they're talking about mixed precipitation and a chance of snow. Could the meteorologists be wrong? Yes, totally. They could be wrong, and the next 2 days could be beautiful. But I saw a break in the forecast of about 2 hours where the chance of rain was really low, and if it was gonna rain, it was just gonna be sprinkling, and the temperature was gonna be about 40 degrees versus 22 to 29 degrees. That's the difference between what I'm seeing with the yellow tinted glasses and without them. So I think that might be why the fall colors are still popping, especially those yellows. Have you ever found that you take your glasses or sunglasses off and you realize the colors aren't quite in reality what you thought you were seeing? So you thought you maybe saw a beautiful sunset or sunrise or blue skies or leaves, and then you take your glasses off and go, oh wait, that's not quite right. Tell me about an experience like that in the comments down below. I was also just thinking that I need to figure out how can I put my Garmin into like a filming mode so it doesn't always beep. I try to cut all the beeps out for you guys. Some of them are inevitable. Here, let's roll over here. There it is with those Garmin beeps again. If you thought I was riding to another disc golf course to get another hole in to get my bonus points, you would be correct. I have been to this course once before, but never with discs, and I'm not totally sure where the tee pads are. There's actually somebody else here playing, but I think I'm gonna look it up on UDisc and play through a hole. I just looked on UDisc and I did not see a map, so we're gonna try and figure this out. I was just about to give up looking for a tee pad, but there's one right here. I think I'm going to hole number 2, which is just through that trees. I'm guessing that these flags are the front of the tee box. That's my guess. We hit a tree, but that's okay. Oh, actually, That was not bad at all. I hit this tree right here. Disc is right here. Basket is right there. This basket's a little taller than the last one, but I put you up on top. I'm gonna use my actual putter this time. It bounced off the bottom ring this time.
Hole 3 is going to be a bit more of a challenge. And as I expected, I put that one off the band. Nevertheless, it was a 3.
But it's almost dark and I still need to drink my coffee without walls. I think I'm gonna go down by the playground and sit at a bench and drink my apple cider. Not only did I finish the white envelope challenge, but I got bonus points by doing 2 holes at 2 different courses. If I had time, there's definitely a third course that I could have gone and hit up that I also have not played. But I feel like I need to play more disc golf now.
Well, Beth, that wasn't too bad. 2 2s and a 3. So after my round of very strenuous disc golf, it's time for a rest and to enjoy a little bit of Colombian. Hope your ride has gone well.
The picnic table is all wet, so I don't think I'm gonna sit down there. It's actually not that wet under this huge tree. I got my bike, got my hot apple cider. I can actually feel that it's still warm. So let's drink some of this. That is very hot, as it just steamed my glasses up. Let's see, can I use this tree as a backrest? Oh yes, I can. So this thing is entirely full of cider. I've drank about half of it, and I'm gonna call that good because the sun just went down and I want to get started riding before it gets too dark, because I think I'm gonna take the Mesabi Trail home, and those twisty turny trails in the dark are a little more difficult. I take that back. I don't think I'm taking the Mesabi Trail home. It just started to rain, so I'm gonna put my raincoat on, and my headlight, which said it was fully charged, is blinking red, which means it's almost dead. Got my raincoat on, and now it is time to ride home. I'm gonna try and mix up the route just a little bit. There's a couple of weaves that I can make instead of taking the exact same road all the way back. And technically, I'm not even breaking my differing the route personal rule for myself, because if you saw the last episode, you would have seen that I changed the rule to I can do each small section of road or trail 2 times in each direction, and I'm going different directions. It would have been really nice to make this route a loop of some kind, but with the rain and the dark and the headlamp that's not fully charged, I am happy to be heading home. Thanks for sticking around. If you're still watching at this point, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe. Part of me right now is just thinking, should I have waited for a day when I had more daylight and when it wasn't cold and wet and miserable? And then I'm like, no, this totally counted. I did a coffee shop without walls. I completed the white envelope, and if it hadn't been for this challenge, I don't know that I would have gotten out today. I think you can still see a little bit of the colors that are still out, and it's actually not as dark as I thought it was going to be at this point of the night. But I'm also out in the open and not on the Mesabi Trail. I don't want to know how dark it would be on the Mesabi Trail when you have trees within 6 feet on each side. It's definitely getting darker. I am about to turn off of this road and differ my route from the way that I came out to the disc golf course. Not sure that you can see much, but I turned onto a gravel road with my light on the lowest setting. I can mostly see where I'm going and what I'm doing, but it's a little bit hard to see spots in the road that are rough. I think I know what happened to my headlight. I ended up putting it on my bike last night and leaving it on my bike in the garage overnight. And I know that the cold weather kills my headlights, so that's probably what happened. So it was fully charged yesterday before it got left in the cold. I also decided to take a little bit of the Mesabi Trail because at this point I don't feel like it would be a Beth Bikes Coffeeneuring video without a little bit of it. As I'm riding the Mesabi Trail here, I am very glad with my decision not to take it home. Even though Main Street doesn't have a good shoulder, I've decided I'm going to take that back because it has street lights, as you can see, illuminating me right now. Finished that segment. Oh, it said I PR. I did not PR. My virtual partner finished. That sound just told me that I finished the climb. I did not PR it like I thought originally. My light is still flashing red, but I just pulled into home and I still have light left. I made it back home, but it is pitch black outside, so I decided to record the outro here in the garage. On this ride, I completed Coffeeneuring Adventure number 3, as well as the third white envelope. Was it pretty? No. I got wet, it turned cold, it turned dark, and my light almost died on me. But here are some stats from the ride. I got in a little more than 10 miles and a little more than an hour of riding and 548 feet of climbing. If you liked this video, give it a like and subscribe so that you don't miss any future episodes of my 2024 Coffeeneuring series. Until next time, I'm Beth. See ya! Stay tuned for bloopers. I am hoping for the next Coffeeneuring Adventure ride that 1, it's not raining, and 2, I have a little more daylight. Okay. Coffeeneuring series of... I hate the way that I said that. Once you're all cut up, be a little bit confused because riding coffee. So I'm trying to stay warm. Not that. This is just for the bloopers fam. I am feeling very nervous right now. I don't have a ton of time. It's been cold and rainy all day. And then to top it all off, I fell down the stairs. And somebody down at the bottom of the hill. Again today to try. Okay. It's usually really sad in the fall when it rains. Tomorrow. Have you ever found that truck's really loud? It's a cute little house. If you thought I was riding to another disc golf course to get in. Whoa. Yeah. I don't remember what I was gonna say. Ooh, that's blinding. I can't see anything. Oh, this piece just fell off of my sunglasses. I might need to make myself pizza for dinner. My light is black. Had this on the whole time. You didn't tell me? Maybe some stats from the ride. I'm gonna have to look on my phone. It says the temperature was 50, but I kind of don't trust that. 46. Never mind. Let's try that.